overpopulated. We're all fish in a stream, swimming towards a vicious dream. Don't you know we're the walking dead, dead, dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads, heads, heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. Fear and hatred, dull and jaded. It's all been debated and manipulated. Nothing's ever as it seems. We're bound to believe everything they scream. Don't you know we're the walking dead, dead, dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads, heads, heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead, dead. Oh, 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 oh. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead, dead. Oh, 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 oh. Highly sedated, intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. Don't you know we're the walking dead, dead, dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads, heads, in our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead, dead. Oh, 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 oh. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead, dead. Oh, 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 oh. Highly sedated, intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. We're all fish in a stream, swimming towards a vicious dream. Don't you know we're the walking dead, dead, dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads, heads, heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead.
Hi there. They call me the governor. And as you can see, we don't have quite full of a house as we usually do. And Alex just got here. So thanks for giving us the last minute show up. So
hi, everybody.
So welcome to this discussion about Mr. Daryl Dixon's new show. As he and Ellie he and Laurent get to Paris. And
Laurent.
Croissant. Yeah, I can speak French.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I like croissants.
What's that?
I love croissants.
Croissants are good, especially from Burger King with sausage and cheese and egg and all that. They're really good. But if you have a nice fresh croissant and you make it yourself, Dunkin' Donuts ones aren't as good. But we're not here to talk about that. I could probably talk about that all day long. But we're going to talk about Daryl Dixon episode 3. I'm not even going to try to say the name of it. But before we get into that, let's have these lovely people just quickly say hi. We have Machand. Say hi, Machand.
I'm Lashawn. TalkingETV.com is where you can find me. I couldn't pronounce this episode either, so we on the same shit.
Well, I appreciate the fact that I'm not the only one who can't really easily pronounce French words. But Paris, I can say. Paris. There we go. Bebe, say hi.
Hi, I'm Bebe. Rose, you can call me Bebe. I'm a reactor. You can follow me at dim_mayhem on Twitter, Instagram, and can't wait to talk about this episode. And I cannot pronounce the title either.
All right. Alex, are you going to say hi and then show us up by pronouncing the title of this episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. I'm TWD Mombi. I am a new reactor, and you can also find me on Instagram by the same name. I took a little bit of French in high school, so I know enough to be dangerous. I believe it was pronounced Paris sera toujours Paris, which means Paris will always be Paris.
Oh, okay.
All right. Interesting. I took a little bit of French from, I think it was the Pimsleur approach, and I learned how to say quelle heure-t-il and où est le restaurant and où est le toilette and important things like, where's the food and where's the shitter? That
right.
kind of thing. And I know the difference between bonjour, which North of 60 just said, which is good day, and bonsoir, which is good evening.
Bonsoir.
So bonsoir is more appropriate. And I, of course, know what the voulez-vous, what is it? Voulez-vous coucher avec
No,
moi?
don't.
We're not going to say what that means.
Come on, Miss Patty. Come on, Miss Patty.
I am not surprised you know that one.
Well, I like to say, voudrez-vous dîner avec moi? Do you know what that means?
What does that mean?
Did you just invite me?
Yes, to dinner. Would you like to have dinner with me tonight? That's what that means.
Oh,
Can you make steak? I'm there.
I can make steak. I am the grill master.
ooh, barbecue ribs.
Well,
Wow.
I've always wanted to go to one of Sean's dinner parties.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I think it would be
I wanna say
delicious
Sean
food
cooking.
that I would probably never eat because she has very particular foods that she makes. I don't know. Do you make steak, Michonne?
I'm probably the only vegan that cooks meat for people, but I only cook meat for certain people. I gotta really fuck with you. I always tell people I'm not a vegan
Well, the
chef.
fucking comes after the dinner.
I'm not a
usually?
vegan chef. I'm a chef first. I've been cooking my entire life. Wait, what did you say?
I said the fucking comes after the dinner usually.
Wait, what did you say?
no.
Oh, wait, did I miss something?
You said
No. Did I
you
miss
really
something?
gotta fuck with people, and I said that comes after the dinner. Come on, sheesh.
Oh,
She's really
see,
gonna
my
like
internet is
you.
fucked up, and it was. My internet is fucked up. I had like a 30, 45 second delay. I'm like, did I miss a step? Like, what's going on? I'm tempted to leave and come back.
Well, I mean, in Paris, there's all kinds of orgies, so, apparently. So, I don't know if Tomas is coming. I thought this was one of his weeks to show, because he was at the first ones, and this is the third one, and apparently, I don't know if he didn't check his...
He's supposed to be going to sleep.
Oh, okay. And he didn't send Miss Kayla the link, so... I think I have Ms. Kayla's email address somewhere, but I was relying on Tomas, so my bad.
Oh.
So this episode, we see Daryl and his crew, Ellie and... No, wait, that's a different show.
Laurent.
And Isabel, and who is the other girl?
Sylvie.
Mm-hmm. They end up pulling up to this guy who supposedly has a radio, which it doesn't appear he does, but he has one hell of an orchestra. What did you think of that orchestra?
Yo.
No, he had a radio, all right.
Yeah. Yo, I was like, this is a Walker symphony. Okay. I was laughing my ass off, because I recorded myself, watching that scene. I mean, you see a headless dude playing the harp. You get two walkers with the horns, drums. I'm like, this dude is batshit crazy. Okay, I mean, this episode was batshit crazy anyway. Okay, but the symphony though, man, I would pay good money just to see that. I'm sorry, I think that was wonderful.
Not pay money to see it.
Yes,
no, it was so funny because when he kept talking about, I got a show for y'all, I got a show for y'all, I got a show for y'all. And Daryl instantly, because Daryl is consistently trying to go home. He not trying to stay and lollygag every chance he get. He like, I'm trying to go the fuck home. Mm-hmm. So when he showed how he had pulled the fucking cords out of the radio and was using it for something, he was like, no, I got a show for y'all. And I literally said before the scene changed, I said, I swear to God, if he got walkers playing instruments, that motherfucker went out there in the show. I mean, it was one with the flute in their mouth. I was like, oh,
the trumpets coming out of their throats.
Yeah. And
I
played.
The drummer was banging.
Girl,
he was.
I was like, come on, Beethoven. Because he was not playing. I played in concert band in high school. I played clarinet. And I was like, y'all better work with instruments.
Mm-hmm. I'm so proud that
he was not playing. I said he had literally
torn apart. He was like pulled apart at the arms and the legs and was just like levitating there.
Ugh.
They were gross.
I literally said he had said entirely.
Awesome. I was surprised there's no choir.
I literally said he had. Right?
Well, they were singing along.
Said he had said entirely too much time on his hands.
Too much time. He was cray.
Too much time on his hands.
Well,
and nobody came and rated him or nothing. He got all these fucking instruments. He ain't had nothing but time to put shit together.
They see that and they're like, I'm out of here.
It's like, no.
And
I don't want to become part of that band.
And yeah, I mean, when you think about how the people generally don't like the French because they don't like us because we don't bother with their language, but there's also the fact that they have weird dudes who are, setting up orchestras in the apocalypse.
The arts will never die.
Never.
Yeah, that
never,
was
ever.
That was, and I don't blame Daryl for getting out of it. Now Sylvie was like, they got a biter coming at them, and she's like hesitating to shoot it, which I guess isn't entirely a bad thing because when Daryl did show up and he shot it, then a bunch of biters came around the corner. So maybe if she had shot,
I didn't understand it. I was like, Daryl, you should know better than to make all that noise.
The music was bringing them as it was already.
Yeah.
It was so hot when he grabbed that gun and did that, though. They're doing really good at highlighting him this season.
Well, it's his show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, but they like casted him with like this aura around him, and it just like zoomed in, and he was just like, boom, you're dead. It was so hot. I can't be the only one that thought that.
All right.
Did you actually watch it this time, baby?
I know I did watch it. It's so funny. I'm getting off track here. What's so funny was yesterday I watched episode 2. I had a lot to watch. It's a Winter King. I had to watch the Winter King and episode 2, and I'm doing a lot of stuff. Yeah, I watched the whole thing. Okay,
Good.
I'm not gonna be quiet this time.
Yeah, that was so unlike you. I was like, "Are you sick?"
No.
I mean,
There
I
was
know
a
I'm
lot of
sick,
people
but-
on it last week, though.
Yeah.
That was one thing. There was a lot of people.
Well,
So,
Jack was here, right? And when Jack's here,
yep.
getting in a word, I love Jack, but he goes off on these rants, and sometimes it's hard to get a word in. I mean, he says good stuff. Don't get me wrong, and I love the guy to death. I mean, I might kill
He
him.
be right though.
Yeah.
Right. Every time when the episode comes, I
Some
be
of
like,
it.
wait just a minute. Is he psychic? Well, at the
It
same
was
time,
really fun to
psychic
be
too.
on with him.
Yeah, he's a
I
fun
love
guest,
Jack.
but you just have to be a bit more aggressive to get a word in. You need to be able to shut him down, which when he's it's like you just gotta stop it right there. But
Well, some people gotta say what they gotta say. You want to like say what you gotta say, then be in, because if you don't get what you have to say, and then somebody else gonna interrupt. It's like, look, you gonna let me speak. See, I think that's Jack. It's like, you gonna let me speak. Let me have my moment. Okay, don't interrupt.
Thanks, Miss Kayla, for agreeing. I knew I'm not the only one that thinks Daryl's hot.
Well, because y'all both
And
think
Phyllis. Thank
well,
you, Phyllis.
why do you think he has his own show plus his own other show, Ride, which I don't watch?
Sundays are for Norman Reedus. Can I get a hallelujah?
All
Well,
right.
I'm John Dory. Hey, Garrett, how you
I know
doing?
you are.
Garrett, I met him at Steel City Con. Really nice. And I told him that I enjoyed his time as the Doomsday Machine from the future in the Sarah Connor show. And I said,
that's
and because of the strike, I said, I really did not enjoy the way your character ended in Cower Before the Perambulating Corpses. So, because you can't mention the shows because of the strike. But
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, where were we? What were we talking about?
Sylvie froze up, and then Daryl shot the walker.
and
they
all you
took off.
women are objectifying him.
We did not need to lose another horse or another.
And
motor
then the
transportation.
walkers fell out of the window.
Well, that was a
No.
little later. That was a little
No,
later.
that's
Was
a little
that-
bit
oh,
further.
Are you
Yeah, wait,
It
wait.
was?
Yeah, that was a
Yep.
little later on when they were running from.
Yeah. Then they get
Oh
to the
yeah,
cemetery.
yeah.
The cemetery. First of all, can I just say, when it came to the cemetery, should we wait for Michonne? Is she coming back?
She's
Or
coming
or no?
back.
Her internet.
She's having internet issues.
Yeah.
She's like
Okay.
this world traveling,
Yeah.
famous chef, but her internet is like the worst.
Yeah.
Boo internet.
But I just have to say,
Yay!
this. Here she is. I just have to say this about the cemetery. Now, with the cemetery, obviously we know that the zombies were not a thing in the Walking Dead world, but they are in our world. So I thought it was really cool that they showed up in a cemetery and it was completely untouched. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
All of the tombstones, the mausoleums, all of the coffins, because in our world, the way that they started off with zombies was them breaking up out of their graves, busting out their coffins. So I thought that was really cool that we got to see a cemetery like that.
Except it would be overgrown. Any plants in the cemetery, no one's going and trimming those bushes.
Oh.
But
I
those
gotta say though, I love the French edition of People Are Strange.
When
By
you're
the-
a stranger.
Oh
faces
yes,
look
I
Yeah.
love that.
I was
when
like,
you're alone.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
The cemetery.
the cemetery scene.
Well,
No,
they're-
what do you mean something strange?
no, they're,
By
Oh, the
Jim
song that
Moore,
was
but
playing
it's
background.
by the Doors, right?
yeah, they played
Yeah.
the Doors,
Okay.
They saw
Oh, the song.
the song, but they sang the lyrics in French, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh my God, are we going to see Jim Morrison as a walker? Oh,
Ooh.
That would be something. I wonder how many celebrities. Probably not as many now, because I fear that the Walking Dead's fair weather fans have departed. Now we have all the real hardcore people are watching.
I was just waiting for them to finally like say something that is relative to real life pop culture, instead of, because what was the character that Beta played? His celebrity, like, that's not a real celebrity to us, but Jim Morrison is.
Yeah, apparently they have some. And they have that song. Ms. Kayla, thank you so much for the super thanks. On a budget, I totally understand, but that is awesome. Appreciate you. And every little bit helps.
Yeah.
When he said Jim Morrison, I was like, I feel like I should know who that is. And then when he said the band, I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure that's an American thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
the Doors were pretty much known throughout the world, so.
I was like, someone Daryl knows. Oh.
Yeah, Val Kilmer played as him, right? And yeah, Val Kilmer and what was it, Nicole Kidman? I don't know who. No, that movie of about the Doors. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I didn't know they had a movie.
I've seen that movie, so I'm not sure, but yeah, Beta was Half Moon, who is not,
Yes,
I thought that was the group name, not him.
Well,
I knew that. I just couldn't think of his real name in the show.
I don't know. It doesn't matter now, according to Daryl.
Meg Ryan, thank you.
Right.
Thank you, North 60. Yeah, Meg Ryan. Thank you. I'm about to say redhead. Okay, I was lost, Rob, last stream. I mean, don't put it in my face.
At least you admitted it later.
Yeah.
And you didn't speak of what you did not know of. But
I ain't gonna look like a fool.
So they finally meet up with these people, and apparently they're all expecting the Messiah.
Yeah,
For real. That little boy came and it was like,
yes.
I mean, he's a good kid some of the time. Sometimes he's fucking annoying, but he's a good-natured kid for the most part.
Yeah.
Prone to dramatic tantrums, but most kids are.
Oh wait, rewind real quick. When Daryl said that Laurent said, did he die in Paris? Talking about Jim Morrison. And then he grabbed Daryl's hand and he said, you won't die in Paris. It was so sweet.
oh yeah, we got to talk about that. When Laurent said that, I said, and he better not, because I throw the whole Walking Dead universe away. Fuck that.
Well, we know he's not going to die in Paris because
They can't afford no more.
See some of his show.
Let me tell you something. But let me tell you something. They can't afford no more fuck shit, okay? In this goddamn universe. I would throw the whole universe away if they killed Daryl, period. And just in any way.
They know it.
And that's just what it's going to have to be.
But he could lose
I'm still not over Carl, but that's a conversation for another
Don't
day.
even breathe that
No, we did
into
that already.
existence, Governor. No.
Been there, done that in the comics in the show.
not even allowed to
We
get
did
hurt.
that
I
already.
mean, if a biter bit his junk and they cut it off real quick, would he survive? All his fans would die inside.
99.9% he would die.
Yeah, it's a main vein down there, as they call it. A lot of blood flow.
It's so sad. I don't ever want to think about Daryl getting hurt. Oh, but that character, Falou, the one that is maybe the leader of that group, I mean, I instantly felt like he was a good guy.
Yeah, he had the good guy vibe. They basically, what was it? We seek the truth or something like that, she said in French. And that was the password, and then they were like waiting for Laurent, and then and they don't have a radio either. It's like nobody has a radio. I don't know what
Carrier pigeons. Carrier
Yeah.
pigeons.
how fucking
Like going
carrier
back
pigeons.
in Yeah, sending
Daryl
pigeons
was like,
and messages.
nope, I'm out of here because that's not gonna work.
Well, it's not. Carrier pigeons are trained to go to certain locations. If they've never been to the location, they can't, deliver something to the Commonwealth.
Not like you
the
can
friggin'
whisper it in their ear, like, go to the Commonwealth, you pigeon. No, it's not. That's not how it goes.
Ocean. Laura says she got Papa Smurf vibes. No, it was. I have to say, though, of the 3 episodes, this has not been my favorite. But we'll get into that. I mean, it did have some things to move forward the story. But then they're like, oh, we got to check around and see what we can do. And then they go to a friggin' nightclub. God damn.
I just did not like how it's like that Daryl wanted a radio. And they sent him like do this like it's almost like when they went to him. Ooh, daggum, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to a microphone. To a maze, like, oh, I know somebody who'll give you a radio. And then he's like, okay, you go to do you know where the radio is? Oh, Symphony Walkers. Okay.
None of the radios in Paris are working.
It's just like, come on now. So I was like, give him a freaking radio. Okay, I'm tired. And I know we probably going to get to this, I don't know, now or sooner or later, but I want to talk about that fast walker that was chained up. Okay, that walker.
He was like,
you
super
hold
strong,
your
too.
horses.
Well, I think before they went to the nightclub, after they got to Paris, and Laurent was doing his,
they went back to her apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and got a picture.
I love that.
But in the meantime, that dude who's the wannabe Negan, who lost all his people, ends up meeting up with the boat people who want to find Daryl.
Yep.
Jeanette, yes, Jeanette. Which
yes.
was actually my mother's name, but she changed it to Janet because I guess she wanted to go to the good place. But I don't know who have seen the good place, but I just recently binged it, and it's an awesome show. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But yeah, he went to Jeanette and got hired to find Mr. Daryl Dixon. And again, I'm still amazed that the batteries in that friggin' tape recorder work after, 10, 12 years? I mean...
Right. That's
they need to open up the battery case to show that they're like Duracell or Energizer, because that's definitely a sponsorship opportunity for AMC. If they need some money, that's the only way to get it.
Well, it's TV universe, everything is realistic, We know that
everything's so super realistic. The graveyards, landscaping, perfectly maintained during an apocalypse. And the tires on all these cars haven't rotted out yet. And perfectly realistic.
I like how Daryl got to see a little bit more into Sister Isabel too when she opened that box that had all of her pickpocket stuff in and her drugs, and that was wild. And that they were able to sit there and kind of relate with each other and kind of not necessarily reminisce, but they understood each other on a different level. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be quiet. But because what I took from like Isabel and Daryl's relationship is like they both lost a sibling. And I figured that with their relationship, they're gonna be like, like brothers and sisters, even though he got that with Carol. Mm-hmm. Carol's like a big sister or something like that to him. But so having someone who can relate to like, she lost a sister, I lost a brother, like I lost a brother. So, people still going up in arms, like, don't you dare pair them up. Don't you dare pair them up. I'm like, I don't see that with them. I just see like another sister in his family crew with Isabel, because I love how they connect with one another. Like what she said about broken people, like they were broken before, the world ended, and so
then the apocalypse helped fix them essentially.
So
or help them get their lives on a better path
in a whole new world. No, sorry.
Getting deep.
Yeah.
Well,
So So yeah, they go to the apartment.
Well, I have one more thing with that really quickly. When they were sitting there relating on that different level, I kind of got this glimmer of maybe in the future, Daryl actually brings Isabel home with him to the Commonwealth, and she becomes a valuable player in the Commonwealth. I would love that for her.
Probably working with Gabriel.
Yeah,
Father
hooks
Gabriel.
up with Father Gabe.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say hook up. I say works with.
Yeah,
Hooks
not hook up.
They
Not
could hook
everything
up.
has
You
to be
can
like that.
hook up with somebody and not hook up with
Oh,
somebody. You know what I
okay.
mean?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. They'll link.
Don't
they'll
get
link
off
up.
the hook, all right?
I don't know when she was. Sometimes I'd be scared.
No, I think it would be interesting to have maybe even Laurent go back to the Commonwealth and teach
Yeah.
everyone their French and
be friends with Judith.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
you.
and you know the Messiah and Rick's Shane's daughter, daughter of the Antichrist, hook up
Oh.
when they get older, but only when they get older.
You just love stirring the pot.
I
I'm
do.
serious.
I do. So yeah, it was.
I also
kind
thought
of,
it was funny when Daryl said, "You got really loud neighbors."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I do.
He's getting a sense of humor. It's like, where did
yeah.
he get that from?
He's got to have it with somebody since his brother isn't around anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when they went to leave and all the Bitos were there and they're like, okay, we're going another way. That's when they get into that little courtyard and they see that girl. The girl that in the
Amy.
flashback, she was like, you know, go inside to your mother and all, you know, that was a bit sad. And Daryl
But we knew.
was gonna put her down, but he didn't. You know, because Isabel was
It
like,
was
no.
so sad, but she looked amazing.
Yeah, she was a
Amy-
nice
was
little
a-
biter. Could have been
That
a
was
friend to
wild.
Penny,
It was
but
like
no. Thanks to,
Penny didn't want to be
Sean.
friends with anybody, not even you.
you know, well, I can understand. She was probably upset when I was brushing her hair and
She
you know,
kept
her
trying to
scalp
bite
coming
you.
coming
Yeah.
out, you know,
Trying to bite your fingers off. I don't want my hair brushed, Daddy. Leave me alone.
Let me go
I'm
walk.
old
I need
enough.
some meat.
let me
Maybe
go with
some
my
blood.
friends. Teach me how to drive and then leave me alone.
But it looked like she had gotten trapped in those vines and she never made it home, and that's where she died.
Yeah.
That's possible. I mean,
Yeah.
she didn't look like she had been a lot, you know, eaten. So
No.
she could have just.
Well, I mean, too, she looked more like she had just deteriorated standing all those years.
Yeah, because she was a different type lady. That was a different type of walkers that you was.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, that's strange. Like something ain't right with that one. I'm like, because I know there's a lot of variants. I'm like, but what is that? With that little girl looking like that. So
Little
yeah,
little orphan biter. But then it was rain and biters. Hallelujah! It's rain and biters. Yeah, and
That
yeah,
was what. And they were the acidic ones.
some of them were, yeah.
My
Which,
Sean is back.
which it's like, why are some of them acid and why are some of them not? That is the question.
I just wanted to say Verizon can get a first class ticket to hell, but other than that, of course I had to make a "it's raining men" joke. But when the walkers started falling from the sky, I literally said that. I was like, nobody's doing that to them. Clearly, like these people are just like really that variant shit is real. I was like, so what makes some of them boilers and some not? Like it started in France. What the fuck was y'all doing? Experimenting on people,
Exactly.
putting shit in the air. Like what the fuck was y'all doing? So
Mhm.
I don't know. They was spraying chemicals in the air, some shit. I don't know.
I wonder if it might have
Really?
something to do with like what they were doing prior to them passing away. Like I know this sounds silly, but like what if some of them were doing the snow, or like or if like they were
do you
if
really
they did
think?
like
Do you really
some
think
kind
in
of
the
drug
U.S.
relation.
people
I
weren't
don't
doing
know. It
drugs?
could mess up with their chemistry. I don't know.
Hey man,
Shit,
people
I mean,
be
it's
lacing
given.
them drugs.
It's given science experiment, so that's not a far-fetched idea. What killed me was the little girl. I was like, oh. Soon as she looked, and that little girl, I said, oh, she probably never made it home.
And her hair was like so perfectly braided.
I literally said she probably never made it home. Where is her scooter? I was like, oh, y'all know. Don't forget, don't get it fucked up. This Walking Dead, it's gonna be some shit in there. Yeah. So they reminded y'all, don't get it fucked up.
No.
We saw a Walker have a C-section. A dead little girl, she looked like she wasn't a day over 8. I was like, oh, hell no. Yeah, don't get it fucked up.
And one Walker got up real quick. That acid Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the acid walkers...
he fell and smushed, and then he was perfectly fine.
Yeah, he was spongy. No, with the acid walkers, I mean, I know there's a condition, particularly with diabetics, when they get high.
Here you go, baby.
They get high ketones and their blood becomes a little bit acidic. I don't know if this is a very, how shall we say, extreme thing where their blood just kept getting acidic until it turned to acid, or if it was something. Now, when we saw the Super Walker being chained up, obviously they're doing something to the Vitas in that lab
to try to put him down.
And after like 18 seconds, its head exploded or whatever. So maybe this was an attempt by the French to get rid of the Vitas, figuring that, hey, Busy's here.
Busy! Hey, Busy!
It could be that they tried to, release a virus that would turn the blood acidic, thinking that it would then melt the Vitas from the inside out.
I thought they was just doing some shit to make them explode. Because when he was standing there, Harlem shaking and shit in the chain.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, is he
too? Because I'm like, why the fuck is he in that Harlem shaking?
I said, why is he dancing? I was like, this must be the new variant, the groover.
Literally.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
Wait till you see the twerkers.
He was literally doing like some Michael Jackson move with the little doing like this and stuff.
They gave him something to blow them up. His brain started splattering on the fucking glass.
Exactly. And not only that, he didn't slide down normally. He slide down like, I want to get my last few robotic shake in.
Girl.
They'll call them twitches.
Down.
True.
Twitches.
They working on something to kill him.
Yep, because that one acid walker, how he got up real quick, kind of remind me of watching Fear the Walking Dead was, I don't know if it's season 6, in the submarine when that one woman walker came in and she got up on her like knees, like a break dancing move. And I'm like, what kind of, I said, that acid walker is, I don't like that. I don't like how he got up real quick looking at Isabel like that, like going to eat her up and how,
and she was standing there watching.
Yeah, well, she was like in shock after seeing that
from the little girl. Yeah, exactly.
Like it was. I had to rewind it because for some reason I thought it was like as if they were like self-healing. It was just the way he got up so fast. I thought, I don't know if there's certain movies where like the character will break their bones and then they'll like heal themselves. So you'll just see the bones break back into place. So when it got up so fast, for some reason, my brain processed it as like they were healing their bones, like from getting, I don't know what it was, but they got up so damn fast and I kind of got freaked out. And I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yes.
But it was really creepy. It's messed up.
Yeah, that little girl was the saddest thing so far in all 3 episodes. As soon as I saw her, I said she literally probably died as soon as you walked away from her.
Yeah, she probably was either trying to get home or or like a walker came up on her and she ran
around
away.
In the courtyard. She literally probably never made it to the house because she had already said her daddy ain't came home and her mama crying.
So like what Alex said, she probably was trapped in those like vines thinking Majiggy and then got probably bit that way. I don't know.
But she probably already had to be dead because the vines is from the overgrown courtyard over the past 12 years. I think she probably just got bit as everything was going to shit. And
maybe Daddy did come home, but he was a biter.
Man, she never made it to her apartment, I don't think, because she was still in the courtyard where she left her.
Something I've never really understood in the Walking Dead universe is that like if someone gets bitten, but we see like a gaggle of walkers literally eating someone like they're their last meal, but like she looked untouched. But she probably did get a bite somehow. You know what I mean? Like,
Probably
why
on
is
her
it
arm,
that
a
some
leg,
people,
or something. Yeah.
Well, I
yeah,
think
like
generally-
why do some people get one bite or maybe two or three, but then some of them get like completely eaten up, but then they
Because some
look
get
normal
away,
later.
some don't.
Yeah, I
No.
think most of the biters that you see who've been bitten are someone who got bit and ran away and then later turned. And then there's the ones who don't get away and then they get torn to shreds and they're probably, you know, a very desiccated crawling around biter if their head hasn't been, you know, removed.
Right.
And we've seen that
good
like
explanation.
firsthand in some areas, like with say Noah, who we like saw get ripped apart. And then there's some other characters that we saw like actually get bit, and then we saw them slowly decline. So we've seen it in different areas, but
My
that's
brother
the
is
only
still-
way I can understand it, you know.
My brother is still pissed off to this day about Noah. Come on, SM7B. Come on, microphone. I just had to say that. But yeah, he's still pissed off about Noah to this day.
Oh, there's a lot of deaths we're pissed off about.
He loved Tyler
Yeah.
James Williams, but yeah.
Oh, I do too. Dang.
But if you're going to go, you know, go in style.
I mean, peeled his face off in the revolving door. I ain't never seen no shit like it.
Yeah, that's why some people were like, "This Walking Dead stuff is too gory, too gory." It's like you ain't seen nothing yet.
I think the scariest episode of The Walking Dead was the Feral House with Connie.
Yeah.
I was a little
That episode was
underwhelmed that
good.
episode. I was a little
It was
underwhelmed.
so good.
Like, it was
but
really
I won't
good,
watch
but-
it again. It's
But
terrifying.
seeing the trailer, I really thought it was gonna be like next level type shit. But like I still thought it was a really good episode. But I think I just had high hopes going into it.
If
I
they
think
had
the
the
most
budget like
scared-
they do with Daryl, then yeah, it probably would have been.
Oh, probably yeah.
I think the most scared I've ever been was probably when Carol was seeing ghosts.
Yes.
That was scaring the shit out of me. When they showed Henry, I about fell out. I said, "Oh my god."
Oh yeah.
That shit was scary.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. That
What,
shit was scary.
Lori appearing to Rick didn't scare you?
No, because I ain't like Lori. I
That
was like,
deleted scene of them making out, like when he was making out with the walker. You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-uh.
I wish
that-
they'd have put that in there. It's
You know
quite
what
a
I'm
few
talking about. Yeah,
deleted
that shit was
scenes that
so
should have
messed
made
up.
it to the show.
That scene
I'm
is so
glad
messed
that
up,
didn't-
bro.
Who was making
Yeah.
out with the biter?
I think
Rick.
it was Rick. Like, there's like a deleted scene of him. Like, I don't know if he was about to or he was already in the process of it. Like, you can find it on YouTube or some shit. But like,
I
it
think he
like,
was about to.
Yeah. You see him with
Because I
like-
think his tongue would get bit, and that you can't
Yeah.
take
Yeah,
that
he
shit
saw
out.
her. He saw her with like it was like Lori. It was like in his eyes it was Lori, and he like grabbed it and he was about to kiss her, and then all of a sudden he
Yeah.
like snapped out of it, and you see the walker about to bite off his nose or some shit. It's weird. It's very weird.
It's amazing that prick lasted throughout this entire apocalypse. But anyway,
And then that regret that Sister
I can't wait to see
Isabel
Rick.
felt
Oh, man,
about
me either.
her. That was
Michonne,
so
too.
sad.
yeah.
She feels so bad. That little girl was literally right where she left her with her same outfit on. I swear it ain't no way she made it to the house.
No.
Did
No,
anybody
it's
see her scooter? I
She
didn't
had
see
the-
her.
she had-
No, I didn't see her.
Oh,
School.
I thought they showed it, or maybe I'm tripping.
I didn't
They
see
showed
it.
her
Was
in
it,
the
in-
flashback
It was
with the
probably
scooter.
buried
was it
by,
laying on the ground?
buried by
Probably.
all the vines that grew up.
No, yeah, but she had the same haircut and like the same hairdo and everything. You know.
That was so sad.
Yeah, so I'm
Mhm.
assuming it
That was
happened
wild.
that same day, or like the hair probably wouldn't have stayed.
Literally, she looked
Top shape.
exactly the same with her little overalls on and everything.
So what do you think about Daryl using the fucking, burner as like to like get
To burn
through,
the vine.
to burn
Smart.
through the vines?
That was
Legendary.
clever. That was
Smart,
clever.
smart.
I knew Daryl learned his lesson the first time when that one grabbed his arm, and I'm like, because he was trying to get through the door when the boilers start falling from the fucking sky. So I didn't know if he saw that there were boilers because he was trying to get to the door. Isabel was the one staring at them because she was in shock about the little girl. So I was like, I hope he know those are boilers and he better not fucking touch them. But when he had the
Right,
pipe, I was like,
right.
okay, Daryl got it. He got it under control.
Mm-hmm.
Isabel definitely would have got bit if Daryl wasn't with her because she was just like,
Nah,
She
yeah,
was
I don't
facing
have
out.
time.
She
I
was
don't
in
have
shock,
time for
poor
people
girl.
staring.
Yeah,
and
that
she
episode
probably knew that
was-
little girl like for real. That's why that little girl was talking to her like that. So
Oh, yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
made it sad. It's bad enough that it was a kid in her complex. I feel like that was her little neighbor she liked.
I think she had guilt,
I-
like she was felt guilty during that time. while
Yeah,
froze
she
up.
felt like she should have took her with her because she was like, I left her. And I'm like, girl, it was literally the first couple of hours of the apocalypse.
No,
You
that
didn't
was
know?
my thoughts because you can't just even if it is in crisis, like you're just gonna take the kid like and
Away
assume
from
the
their
parents are gone.
parents. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand it's just such an impossible
I
choice,
would.
and the
I'm
fact
sorry.
I know,
I
but it's
probably would've
literally within
walked her
5
home.
hours. Like it was only active for like 4 or 5 hours.
The least
And-
I would have done is walked her home.
Nah, I think
That's
she was
what I
too
was
worried
gonna
about
say.
getting.
Yeah.
The guy was already like pressuring her
go.
so heavy,
Man,
like
fuck that
trying to
guy.
get. Yo, I
And
was
we
so
see him
pissed.
again.
Bro, I
Yep.
was so pissed, dude. Like, especially after finding out what we find out. Well, we'll get there later.
Mhm.
I'm sure we'll get there
Yeah.
later.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we see the boilers. We see they finally escape from there, and then we see, we go to Jeanette and her team, and yeah, that shimmying Michael Jackson-esque beta was definitely interesting. So I'm guessing that they're trying to figure out a way to kill off the bitas by introducing a new virus or something that will hopefully not kill everybody else too.
I want to know what they did to him to make his brains explode.
You tell me.
Let's wait
They were
for
like,
that.
oh, he
'cause I got a
lasted
big
18
conversation on it,
seconds. It's
so.
like, bro.
Exactly. 18 seconds is cool. That's fast.
Yeah.
If they spread that around, you'd have, bitas getting super strong for 18 seconds and then their heads exploding.
He pulled chains out of a stone wall.
Yes.
On each side.
And baby, that's like what you wanted to see? Because I know you were talking about like the world beyond and
Yeah.
how we saw the walker like go crazy into like the steel
like I want to
door.
see them 28 days later, type of zombies that go all crazy. Yeah, you know what?
This is
Now
the
I want
closest
to
we've gotten
take
to
it back. I want to take it back.
They want to take it.
That's too much.
He was scary.
Nah, yeah, it's gonna make things
Now,
really.
I have
Yeah.
a quick question for Mashand. You do a lot of traveling with your work. Have you ever been to the catacombs in France?
No.
No.
I want to go to the continent of Africa before I go to the continent of Europe. I feel like that's where I want to go. But yeah, no. Mm-mm. The only French I understand is the food because classical French cuisine. But like other than that, I be lost. Now, if they was in the kitchen or some shit, I'll be like, okay, I can keep up. But I don't know what the hell these people in this cemetery be talking about at all.
Well, when they showed the catacombs, that just like that I've always wanted to not go into the catacombs, but they just intrigue me.
If you
And-
go, you should go in. Because I was looking at it, I was like, this is definitely real. It looks like
It's
they're really there.
terrifying. It is. It
Yeah.
is really real. It is really there. But and I loved how Falou had said, we survived that apocalypse. We can survive
Like,
this
yeah.
one.
No, see, and when he
all
said
the
that, I
people
was
from
like,
the
no.
Black Plague.
I was like,
Yeah.
no, that was different. People was getting sick and dying. These motherfuckers is sick and dying and coming back. That's some whole other shit. Literally what I said. I'm like, I don't know about this one. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
on the bright side in their world, nobody's got COVID.
That's true. Everybody that's alive is typically healthy, except for the old lady who probably had cancer. But
Well,
yeah, everybody be
they
pretty
did have the
much fine.
flu outbreak in the prison, so
That was some whole other shit. Yeah, that was some with the pigs and yeah, that was some whole other shit.
Yeah.
Like getting mad cow disease or some shit. That was like a whole nother thing from them damn pigs.
Mhm.
rats are in the corn. Oh no, I'm thinking something totally different. A different apocalypse. Sorry, there's so many.
But I've seen the movie As Above, So Below, and I couldn't even finish it. It's about the catacombs. And I was literally, because I am a woman of faith, and it completely terrified me to see what went on in that movie. I don't think I would ever go into the catacombs, but they do really intrigue me. And to see that they put a freaking nightclub in there, what?
Yes.
Yeah, that. Leave it to the French.
Right?
You know,
Let
the
me tell you
world's
something.
falling apart. It's, there's dead people walking around, chomping on others, and we need to have a nightclub somewhere, so we will put it in the
Let me tell you
catacombs.
something. With a full drag show, I was like, you better work with a whole drag show. I was like, come on now.
Drag shows.
I loved it.
Lounge
We got to
singers.
have a good time.
And that one drag was a drag queen who looks like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That's
Jessica
Jessica
Rabbit.
Like, because she was like dressing like either excuse me, like she was trying to like be her, and I'm like, you better go and work it.
Never
like got
lost
the
the
hair,
outfits.
oh my gosh, the singer was on point. I'm like, I need to be here. Okay,
Girl. I probably
I was like, I
don't
could
know
be
if I'll
on
go
this.
down.
Yeah.
I don't know because they didn't tell you where you was going. I probably look and be like, "Oh, y'all can kiss my ass. I'm finna go where the kids at, cause y'all can have this." So they didn't tell them where
they
they was
brought the
going.
kid right in. It's like, hey, check this shit out.
And he had a good time.
They
He was in there like,
didn't have anyone checking
He was
the
like,
ID at the door.
Yeah,
he was
and
like, "You sing
Sylvie
very
getting
well."
her man. Shoot, already. Sylvie.
No, wait. Yes, we gotta rewind.
Yeah.
Thank you, cause I've been
That guy was
in and
like,
out
hey,
my fucking internet. So I've been in and out. I probably missed that part. As soon as she walked in and he was talking to her, I was like, let me find out he's trying to be her man. And Sylvie was like,
That was so
He's
cute.
like, hey.
Sylvie ain't never had no nigga before. She was literally like the age that Laurent is now. The convent. She ain't never had no nigga. She was in that bitch dancing. I was like, girl.
how you do? Like,
And he's like, you
What's your
know, you
name?
don't have to really act like a nun, but please keep the outfit because that's hot.
See, and talking about who taught you how to dance? My grandma was an Argentinian, whatever. And I said, and she like just eating it up. I said, I'm not with y'all. They was cutting up.
do the forbidden dance.
I can't wait to get her story. Hope we do.
The soon as his curly head ass looked at her and she started smiling, I said, y'all cutting up. Okay. I see it. I see it.
Yeah, that nun's gonna get some,
We'll see. We'll see.
unless he gets, eaten before that, because that
That'd be
happens
so
a lot.
sad. He's
Man.
cute too.
He is.
He's so cute.
It amazes me how much you ladies on this panel just objectify men on the walk.
What are you talking about?
Him and Sylvie look good.
Who's the
They
one that
cute.
always initiates the sexualness of this show?
Oh man, I said nothing.
so cute.
It was, but Shauna said, if I'm gonna
Sylvie
make
got
you
her
meet,
man.
I gotta fuck with you a lot, and what am I supposed to say?
No.
He reworded that complete sentence. Y'all
It
gotta
just
rewind
immediately
that back.
takes his mind
like
together.
Twister, like
He
Hey,
reworded
she-
the entire
I
sentence.
know.
Y'all gotta
The
run it
first one to
back.
use a
Sentence.
sexual term. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's not what she meant. It was like,
But then when they were doing that deal or whatever in that table, like I absolutely loved how that was going and the direction it was going. It seemed like it was actually going to do some good until the guy was like, "Oh, well, I've heard some things." And then he asked what they had and she showed him. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, give me that. And I have a connection." No, bitch,
Exactly.
you do not have a connection. You just want the shit.
And it's like, you pay us first, then we'll help you. It's like, no.
No.
Maybe we'll give you a down payment, but no.
That's literally what I said. I said we might could do a little 1-2, but you got me fucked
Yeah,
up. If
yeah,
you think
yeah,
you finna
yeah.
get this whole bag off rip. That's just not. I'm not gonna be able to do it.
And then Daryl fucked him up. He deserved it.
Did y'all talk about Isabel and Daryl bonding in their
Apartment.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, real quick.
What you got to add?
When she went in that fireplace and grabbed it, I said, "Oh, her shit's still in there." But
yo,
when they
thank
was
you.
talking,
Yo,
I
keep
was
on.
really enjoying their conversation until her fucking neighbor that was still in the window 12 years later, her same fucking neighbor.
Yeah.
Did y'all catch that? I was like, why is her neighbor still in the window?
Trying to hook up with her.
Being nosy as hell. You still nosy
I
in
mean,
death.
And
Right.
she trying to talk to Daryl and have a conversation. I was like, oh, look at them bonding. And he's just screaming from across the courtyard. But I really, really did like it when they was in there talking. And she got the picture for Laurent. And I was like, so when are you going to tell him you his auntie? Because she keeps saying, yo, mama,
Me
your daddy.
too.
You still
Yeah.
ain't said my sister.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, so she's really pissing me off, not saying I'm your fucking auntie.
And you a nun too? Like, I'm not getting that correlation.
But she
But-
did not know who the daddy was. until this
Exactly. That's
episode.
fine. Well, I don't even like her lying about that. But the fact that this boy is 12 and don't know he got a family member alive is sinful.
Yeah, but
Right.
piggyback with not piggyback, yeah. When Michonne said about Isabel with the fireplace thinking majigga, man, I thought about the Goonies. I'm like, oh, we're gonna do the Goonies right now, right? I said we're gonna go in that fireplace. But no, she pulled that thing out. I was like, man, I'm sorry, man.
I didn't know what she was
It's an
gonna have in there. I
apartment.
just
It
knew
wasn't
going
going to be like a
good.
rotating fireplace with a, passage back.
All her pit pocket treasures.
Right. I knew it was gonna be good. I just ain't know what was gonna be back there. Cause knowing the way she was living, it literally could have been anything. And Daryl was like, shit, this beat my old place. And I'm like, boy, we don't even want to see where you from. Goddamn shack in the woods somewhere. I don't know. But
Pretty
hey.
much.
So yeah. That was a really good scene. I
And
really
this
liked that.
butthole gonna appear. Her ex,
This
her
nigga.
man.
I knew he was gonna
When?
come back. I just didn't know when. Cause I'm like,
Well-
they didn't show him for no reason.
He was a survivor. I mean, he was. First of all, he's in friggin' France with his own gun, which is not very European in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Though I think what is it, Switzerland? Like everybody has guns, but they have like no mass shootings because they actually like have mandatory classes and all that shit. But yeah, he I'm not that surprised that he lived because he just seemed to be a survivor. He knew right away to get out of Paris. He knew right away, that they had to get away from big cities. He was packing heat.
And on top of that, he was in he already had the mindset to take care of himself and no one else.
Sure did.
Oh yeah.
Right.
He was trying to get rid of her sister the first day off rip.
And
Who was
the
pregnant
thing is,
with
most
his
of the people
child,
that survive-
apparently.
And most of the people that
What I
survive in
just
this
said
are
in the
people that are
chat,
selfish.
I was like, he is not Laurent's father. He could not. Why did he try to leave them behind? That was messed up.
But I could have sworn Mashawn and Jack said it like what last stream, like it could be Isabel. Did y'all say that like last
I don't
stream?
remember. I be
What's
just
it
be
called?
saying shit. I just remember
that,
us.
Isabel's ex, whatever his name is, could be homegirl, her sister, the father. Wait,
Baby
I
daddy.
can't even speak right now. Okay.
Her
Yeah,
sister,
that the
baby
ex could be
daddy.
the father of Laurent. The
I don't
sister-
remember what we
We
said last
need
week,
someone
but
to
I
come
remember.
in there and be like, "You are not the father."
Right. I just remember saying he was gonna come back, but the thing is we still don't know shit about him. What
No.
was he doing pre-apocalypse? He seemed like the type of nigga that didn't work no job, but he always had money, like, cause he just be doing shit. Like, we still don't know nothing about him, but
No.
clearly he run shit.
I would not be surprised if he was working with Isabel, like he was her fence. So she would
I don't
get all
know.
these watches, and he would go and get money and keep a percentage. And he probably
I don't
had a
know, but
number of
remember
these
when he told
arrangements.
her, he was like, "Don't I always take care of you?" And I'm like, "Sir, what
That-
do you do for a fucking living? Like, tell me something."
Yeah.
Figure like he's her pimp, but she's more of
I
a
knew you would say that.
thief than he's like
I
her
don't know.
handler. So he takes care
Yeah,
of
he
her.
could be.
He's
He could be the one with the connects to sell all of the things that she steals.
That makes
No.
sense though.
Well, she said that was her man. She was young and dumb, so I don't know. It could be anything. I want to
Yeah,
know
but
what the hell he did.
if he is Laurent's dad, then obviously he was dipping his wick in a lot of pots. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So
I believe him. Am I the only one that believe him?
No, I believe him
Oh, I believe him.
because he was
Unfortunately.
so adamant for Isabel not to take her sister, like leave her sister behind, and it's like
I
that
mean,
something ain't right with that.
They didn't
like,
introduce another male character, so it's just. I mean, I feel like it's just another way to add some drama to the mix. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
you know, Walking Dead
Well,
love a
but I
scandal.
feel
Well,
like
she
They're not- I don't
could-
think
it's
they're gonna
better
say
to
it's
see
a
the
random
child and
dude.
be like, "Hey, he looks kind of like you, dude. Were you doing
No,
anything?"
I
with
like.
I mean, it makes sense why, because I mean, the sister was saying that there was a reason she was like, oh yeah, I didn't tell you because I thought you would be upset, and it's like,
Yeah, she was 7 months pregnant and didn't tell her sister for
yeah,
a
but
reason.
like I
That's
mean,
why I believe
the
him.
big reason, like I mean, I feel like a more
Because she
justified
fucked
reason.
your ex.
Yeah, I feel like that's more justified than oh, I was just nervous to tell you I was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, y'all lived together. She took care of you. I mean, I feel like the only reason would be because you were ashamed that you slept with.
Yeah, but I
Mhm.
feel
And no,
like
and
he's
this the
like
thing.
an asshole. What if he raped her?
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, what if it was
No,
consensual or
I
not?
don't know. 'cause-
I don't get the impression that he needs to rape. He doesn't
Wait, no,
seem like
this the
that kind of
thing.
control person.
I think they fucked around when Isabel was sick in the hospital. Because remember when he grabbed her wrist?
Oh yeah, that
and
was
talking
fucked up.
about when them cuts or whatever. I guess she
When
was probably trying to kill herself.
Oh
at
yeah,
some point.
yeah, because she was in the bathtub. So yeah, that's clearly what she was
so
trying to do.
when he was talking about how I brought you back to health and all that other shit, they probably fucked around when she was in the hospital. So
That was so messed. That caught me off guard.
Think, if he hadn't said like leave your sister, if they were to be together, all three of them the drama with them three, and the sister going to be like, well, you're the father of my baby. Kind of like, what the hell is going on here?
But I also feel like it could be a tactic for him to stay close to Isabel.
He definitely loved Isabel. Like, you're my bitch. You're not leaving me.
Yeah,
like,
you saw how he was when his side piece from like the girl that was singing.
Yeah,
when she like wrapped around, he was like, oh, good set, and tried to push her off.
Yeah.
And her face, she's like, bitch. Like,
literally, yes.
Like, that's not what you said last night, bro. Like her entire demeanor changed. Like she knew exactly what he was going for.
Yes, when he was sitting at the bar and she came up on him.
That shit caught me up. That shit was so funny, bro.
Get off me, my ex here. I literally called it.
That was so funny. So funny.
And I felt like the way he was looking at Daryl, he was trying to see if like that was her new nigga or not. And Daryl was like, I'm trying to get back to America. He was like, oh, okay, cool. Like,
yeah. Sooner you get out of here.
Yeah, but do you think he gave up Daryl to those troops coming in?
Of course he did.
No, but this the thing.
He knew exactly where they were.
No, but this is my thing. When they walked in, as soon as Daryl and them left, I'm like, bitch, you fucking called them.
Did they cross paths?
But then I was like, when they walked in, he was like, you know our rules. Y'all can't come in here. So that's when I was like, he might not have told because he don't want them fucking up his establishment. So at first I was like, he called them, but then
I wonder what he's giving them. I wonder what he's giving them in order for them to actually keep their distance.
Because you saw how shocked everybody was when they walked in there with them guns. Everybody was like,
it's valuable to have a place where the rules are, no fighting. It's basically this is neutral territory.
He fucked up his own guy because he messed with Daryl.
But he had a weapon. No weapons allowed. You can't use no weapons.
He didn't do that. He didn't do that for Daryl. He pulled out the knife on Daryl and he was like, there's no weapons in here.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. They actually enforce the rules. They don't even let it slide for their buddies.
His own people.
Yeah.
So
he sliced his nose like,
bitch. I hate him.
I don't like him. Her boyfriend, her ex give very much like, I run you. You do what I say. You fall in line. That's what
he's definitely he plays
I don't
people.
Like
he is a user. He is
very possessive in like the uncomfortable kind of way. Not like, no, I don't like it. Because if somebody is in distress because they sister, just from the first episode, if somebody is in distress because they sister sick, the world going to shit, you don't know what's going on, and your first thing to do is manipulate her. I always take care of you. Don't I always take care of you? Bitch, what? No.
Nah, he's been gaslighting her since the first episode. Like, he was legit like making, if you bring her with us, like that's basically like sentencing her to death,
And that's why she not with your ass now.
Yeah, she was like, he was like trying to make her, of course I know better. Like, we got to leave her behind, or, she's going to die with us. Like, we'll drop her off at a hospital or something. It's like, bro, what you mean you'll drop her off at a hospital?
You can't even walk the streets, but you're going to drop her off at a hospital.
Right.
Yeah, them technology was still working because you don't want to know the DNA results, huh? That's why you drop her off.
Well,
drop her off.
Yeah, drop her off at a hospital where people have a tendency to sometimes die.
I don't think he knew she was pregnant.
I don't think he knew until she was puking.
I don't think she told anybody.
And that's why he wanted to leave her behind, because she didn't want her sister to find out.
I think he knew.
I think he
figured it out. He didn't know.
No, I think it was first. He didn't want to take care of nobody that's the survival of the fittest. And then second of all,
I think we're going to get like more flashbacks with him. Like either showing how he survived, or maybe like a phone call between him and Isabel's sister or something. I just think there's gonna be more.
Well, I hope this will be the last flashback of Isabel, because I want to know how Daryl, arrived at Patty.
Yeah, bro, they milking that shit.
I'm still trying to figure that out too. I was like, how the fuck you get across the Atlantic Ocean?
What I've put together is they got these ships that Jeanette and her crew have. And they went collecting specimens, and they apparently went to the U.S. and grabbed some live people, including Daryl. Or maybe they have people in the U.S. who like capture people and deliver them to this, to the docks and to these ships so that they could use them for experiments because they don't give a shit about them. And then Daryl escaped, took their boat, and ended up, drifting to the shores of France.
Okay, we don't need a flashback then.
Yeah. So
No, that's my thing.
I mean, we don't know how Daryl got captured. I'd like to know how he was that stupid to get captured and put on that ship.
No, this is my thing. When or if they show how Daryl ended up with these people, I don't want it to be as simple as, because like obviously we know he went out looking for Rick and Michonne. I don't want it to be as simple as they saw him out and he was like sleeping in a fucking tree and they just grabbed him and put him on the boat. I'm be like, that was like so lame. I want it to be like a whole big thing that happened and then they got him and it was like a whole thing. Like, so if they actually show it, I want it to be a whole thing, not just, oh, they saw him and they took him. I'm gonna be like, that's so fucking lame.
No,
Do we know the name? Maybe one of the episodes will be like almost completely devoted to what he found,
Well, Daryl, despite the fact he's smells, Daryl is not one to very easily be captured unaware.
Exactly.
When he goes to sleep, he sets up things so that he knows if anybody is approaching, whether it be Biter
That's why I
human.
truly believe that like he did this on purpose. Like it was gonna get him closer to finding what he was looking for.
Or he was looking for Rick on the damn boat or some
that's
shit
what I
and
thought
he
it
got
was.
stuck.
That's what I honestly. That's where my first theory was that like that's why I truly believe they were the CRM or something. Like he got really close and they just didn't like how close he got.
They could be working with the CRM, or it could be that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Or it could be that he was saying he was looking for this particular person, and they lied to him and basically lured him into a trap because he thought he was going to get closer to Rick, and he ended up
I
taking
did
out
see
of the
him
boat.
jumping off a boat. Unless that's another episode, what have you? But I don't know, because I did see like in the trailer, like he jumped off a boat.
No,
or something.
yeah. They're gonna show it for sure because they show. I don't know if this is a spoiler or what, but they showed like the boat on fire. So we know that like he's gonna end up
the
fighting
boat
his way
where
off of
Rick
it.
Boots was on. Are you talking about
No,
that boat?
it's a different. This is in the
Oh, because I'm
trailer for the
about to
show.
say if he end up on that boat, I'm gonna fall out.
It was in the trailer for the
already
show.
saw that boat, so if Daryl somehow
That'd be dope.
ended up at the same boat Michonne is at, because like they both smart. Like, oh
Nah,
my
yeah,
god,
it was just. I think
fall out.
it was just like another cargo ship. It was like in the trailer, like you just see him like jump off of a boat that's like on fire or like getting ready to sink, and then I think that's how he ends up finding.
That was probably the boat that the dude was on that he got off of, because it ain't no way he got off the big ship where Big Boss was at.
I think
he didn't get off that one. He would have had to go through 100 people.
I do want to just touch on the chat because a lot of people are saying basically they don't think that dude is the father, or they're hoping that he's not the father. They're hoping he's lying.
I think he the daddy. I think
it's quite possible he's the father.
Pappy.
He didn't know she was pregnant until they were running away. But and there's also people who want to know how Daryl ended up in France, like the rest of us. And Big Rob says it's probably in either episode 5 or the finale. There might be. I have a feeling, he might actually be captured. And you flash back to the first time he was captured, and then he escapes, and it flashes back to the first time he escaped. Who knows?
Maybe.
I think it was definitely CRM related because Jeanette even said something about knowing that he was there, and then the captain of the ship told him, but he got away.
Yeah.
And you see these people, they don't have no 3 rings on, so they ain't CRM. I ain't seen not 1 3 ring.
I think they're affiliated with CRM.
I don't think they
are.
They're their generic brand. So they can't wear the 3 rings or they get sued. But
and the CRM don't work with nobody, so they.
It would be cool
somebody.
if the rebellion that the characters from the world beyond already started. So like those, that's the reason why they don't have as much, like equipment that they once did, or why they don't have the jackets, because at this point they're just not as strong as they once were.
My mind just blew when you said that. Something you said made me think of I can't remember the lady's name, the head of the CRM.
The
I
mother
know who
of
you're talking
what's
about.
her name? You're talking about
Huck's
the mother of
sister.
the mom, you mean, right?
You mean hug mama?
Huck's mama. She.
I kind of want to
I mean,
rewatch
she
it
has
now.
an accent. Does everybody remember that?
She got a British
What-
accent.
What if
Yeah.
her and Jeanette were friends, and they like had a falling out, and then she went to America to continue her whatever and make up the CRM and what, I don't know. I just, when you said that, it made me think maybe Jeanette and Huck's mom have like some kind of connection, and then they had a falling out and they went their separate ways.
Ooh,
That's not far fetched.
yeah.
You see, they both are giving very much the work clothes with the slick back ponytail.
Yeah.
Honestly,
They
that's
have
not
a
that far fetched.
style.
Yeah.
Look, we just want this to connect to something so bad to make.
I know.
Yeah, where's Tomas? She'd be
Yeah,
helping
where's
us out.
It's
Tomas?
just
He should
because
be here saying,
we
you
need
know,
to
I
make
thought he was
World
gonna be
Beyond-
here this week.
No,
I
look,
thought
it
it
literally
was
has.
too.
It literally has nothing to do with World Beyond. It has nothing to do with Daryl. We just need Fear and World Beyond to make sense. So
Good
if
luck
they
with
tied
that.
us in somehow, then that would have made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch Fear. I was like, I couldn't find it anywhere to rewatch it like a month or two ago, but I guess they just threw it on Max again. So, or they
I
threw it
mean,
on Max.
I'm
so
not
I
gonna
had to
finish
rewatch
Fear.
it.
Does Jadis have her accent in the show?
She doesn't have an accent
No.
Yes, she do.
In the show.
in the show.
Yeah, did she have her accent in the show?
Oh no, she got an
No.
American voice in the
No.
show.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not talking about
Oh,
real life.
okay.
Yeah, I mean in the show, like she doesn't have an accent in the show.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
No.
no.
I
okay,
actually
wasn't
just
sure.
started watching
Because-
World Beyond season 2, and I
Really?
don't know.
You never watched it?
I never watched the second season, and I just watched the first episode, and I'm like, do I really want to watch the next one?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I didn't react to a majority of season 2, but I'm glad I watched it. At least I can say I finished it.
Can't say the same. I'm never finishing Fear. You can't nobody pay me enough to finish the shit show. I don't care what nobody says.
Hey, yeah. How
And
much you
the-
gonna charge?
and
Yeah, I
the
don't
for
think I don't think we're going
reactions?
to be doing the doing
Panels for it.
panels for the last half of Fear.
We should do it for like at least the finale.
A roundup.
I think that, did anybody else watch the Fear trailer? I think it
I
looks
did.
amazing. I
I
am not
did.
going to
I
miss an
liked it.
episode. I
Oh
can't
wait. Yo, Governor, did you talk about the WGA at all? Like
No.
deal and all that? No.
No, it looks like. Well, I don't know how this relates to Daryl, but it
It's
No,
appears
because
the
TV,
Writers
it's close
Guild.
enough.
I'm hoping that you're gonna start doing reactions again.
Well, the Writers Guild has to ratify. They've come to a tentative agreement. They have to get it formalized in writing. Then the members have to vote on it, and then they might come off strike. But that doesn't mean that the Screen Actors Guild,
Oh yeah, for sure.
SAG, is still on strike. I imagine
I just
that
found out what SAG stands for.
you were today years old.
When you just said it just now. I literally don't know anything about what's going on. I just know people is on strike because they're not getting their fucking money.
They're not
getting
getting their
paid,
money, and they're
bro.
worried about AI. And apparently, there's been some agreement that the Writers Guild is satisfied with. Once they get the writers back to work, though, they need to get the actors back to work. So they're going to be, no doubt, negotiating at that point.
They need to
Because-
run them people they fucking money and get out that old mentality. They gonna have to hang the shit up.
Yeah.
Run them they check.
I'm just hoping that by, within the next month or so, cons can start getting back to normal, and we don't have to be like, I was on that show that I can't mention the name of. And
I didn't know it was that bad until I was literally watching, because I was watching one of the panels on your channel and they was trying to talk around stuff, and I was like, oh, this is like a thing. This is like really bad. I haven't been to any con during the strike. I literally did everything right before. It just so happened. So I was like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, but on the other hand, we've been able to ask more interesting questions and learn
Yeah, 'cause
stuff
people
about
suck
these
at
people.
questions.
Learn more about these actors than we would have if we were just like, so what did you think? What is your favorite episode? I mean, we're missing out on some of the shitty questions that everybody always asks.
I know. I hate the questions that people ask. I'm so pissed off. But yeah.
If we ever hear what weapon would you use in the apocalypse ever again?
I mean,
Oh, so redundant.
No.
I'm excited for everything to get back to normal because I was excited because I'm going to New York Comic Con
Woo!
and I really want like them to be able to do panels and speak freely. So that was one thing that I was hoping.
I'm not going
No.
just because I went a few times, and there is so much press coverage at New York
It's a lot,
Comic-Con.
yeah. At this point, I just go for fun. I don't really record much anymore.
Yeah, it's not worth it for me to go as press, and it's just so crowded. So
I'm gonna go to New York Comic Con so bad.
Well, if you need someone to, oh no, it's a little
Me
too late now.
too.
But next time
swear.
I got you.
The most iconic New York Comic Con is when Norman pulled up. Well, it wasn't even New York Comic Con when he pulled up in MSG on the fucking motorcycle.
You know what I'm so mad about? I just started going in 2021.
were you at Michelle? Were you at the season 6 premiere at Madison Square Garden?
No, that's what I'm saying.
They had
I
a premiere, the
literally
premiere at Madison
died.
Square Garden.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was there.
Where
and
have you been?
I don't know.
Are you in the community, sir? It was legendary. Scott
I don't
Wilson came
remember.
out. Norman literally rode in the MSG on a fucking motorcycle. Are you kidding me?
I think I was like 15. I mean,
Yeah,
I was
they
like-
honored
remember too
Scott,
much.
and they had this whole big thing where even the governor, David Morrissey, showed
It
up.
was
You know,
bussin'.
Nah, yeah, but at New York Comic Con, I guess like the year before my first time going, all the lanyards were Walking Dead themed. So like
Yeah.
I ended up going the year after. I'm looking at my brother's lanyards. He still
Hall
has them,
H.
and
Or is
they're
that
all
San
they're
Diego
so cool.
Comic Con?
They're so
Which
cool.
one is Hall
Hall
H?
H
Is that
is San Diego.
That's San Diego.
Yeah, that's San Diego.
No, the thing that irritated me about the whole, we were told going into the season 6 premiere at Madison Square Garden to turn off your phones. If you do anything with your phone, it's gonna be confiscated. You're gonna be kicked out because they didn't want anyone, filming,
Well,
which I totally get. But because they said that, they got a bunch of cosplayers, and I was as this, to basically, they gathered us up, called us, except my phone was off. They didn't even actually have my number because they thought I was with this friend of mine, and her phone was off. So I could have went backstage and hung out with Andrew Lincoln and Scott and a whole bunch of other people, and basically been trotted out on stage. So when they said we have the best cosplayers here up on stage, the people in front of me were like, "But what about him?" So it was very irritating.
Oh, I would have been pissed off. But yeah.
I should have asked her why she was like taking phone numbers and giving her mine, and just said, "Fuck it, I'm keeping my phone on."
Right. Can we please just pray that Andy and Denai pop out like outside next year? Like, I'm going to everything next year. Like, please, I need Denai and Andy to pop out. That can I just get Denai, Andy, and Lenny? I won't complain. That's it. I don't need.
All right, we have gotten off base here though. We have to finish
it's still
up
Walking
talking.
Dead.
We need to get back to the episode. We talked about
Sneakle. I need Sneakle.
We talked about the whole, the
I
nightclub.
almost had Sonequa.
the
I was
invasion.
that close.
I've met Sonequa. She's nice. And then there was when they actually found them. First of all, Daryl and Isabel were talking about Laurent's father and how he should know where he is. And then Ron shows up and says, "I hate you both." Like I said, he's prone to dramatic outbursts. And just then, the guys come out and start chasing.
Can we talk before we get back to Coach Ron and Daryl fighting? The thing that confused me with Laurent is they didn't say anything specific that he could have heard. Daryl was leaving and all he said was he should know who his father is.
Right.
Never said Quinn is his daddy. My sister fucked my ex. He didn't even hear the whole scandal. So my thing is he mad just because he heard the little piece where Daryl was like, he should know who his daddy is? Because they didn't even say the scandalous part.
No, I think he was mad because they were keeping secrets from him, maybe. But then again, it's
That's
hard
what I'm
to
saying.
tell.
Cause he don't know the half. All Daryl said was he should know who his daddy is.
Yeah.
He ain't say nothing about it was the man at the club and it's my sister. And he didn't even. So yeah, he probably would have really been mad if he would have heard the whole story. So that's what confused me.
Yeah. And what I love about that part is that Daryl told Isabel that maybe that Laurent is just a normal child who is a miracle baby and not a messiah. You put too much pressure on him. It's to a point where, because like Alex, I'm a God-fearing woman through and through. And when you said the second coming of Messiah, I said he ain't a counselor. I said he ain't counselor that Jesus was talking about. And I'm like, I said, see, what you're doing is you're gonna create some kind of cult where people are gonna think that he is the Messiah and all that.
But they already did.
Yeah, exactly. So
he walked in there and them kids was like,
yeah, exactly.
Well,
Bowing him down. I said,
just to play, maybe devil's advocate isn't the right term here, but just to basically say, what if he is the Messiah? What if that's the direction they're going? Jesus at 10, 12, was a very bright kid.
So the whole thing with Jesus,
but they basically skipped up to
wait.
him being like they skipped from 12 to 30 in the Bible for a reason.
No, but the whole thing with Jesus is not giving my sister fucked my ex. That's not what it's giving.
Oh, and when Daryl said that she upgraded from Quinn to God, I love that.
oh yes, yeah. But I did like what he said about like Laurent, like treat him like a normal kid. Don't put that much pressure on him
That is
like
true.
that. So let him have fun.
But if you're going to, you got to tell him why it's happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, but when you guys were talking about the super walker that they had chained up to the wall, it gave me the complete opposite feeling. Like you guys said that you thought that they were trying to figure out a way to kill him, but for some reason I felt like they were trying to figure out a way how to make him Hulk out and do things they want him to do.
Oh, hell no.
Like turn them into weapons.
If this was Stranger Things, then yeah, they always want an army, but they always trying to build. Yeah, I don't know. They was like, it happened in 18 seconds this time. That was the thing that made me feel like they trying to kill him.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Because they was counting, so I don't know.
Yeah, but I like that point of view. I didn't think of that. I just immediately went to, oh my God, they're weaponizing these things.
Well, I mean, if you basically infect a bunch of Bitas and drop them into your enemy's camp and they Hulk out for 18 seconds and explode, that's kind of a weapon, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And you see all the goop coming out. I mean, apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, but when they burnt Daryl's arm, it's because one of the boilers grabbed him.
He grabbed him.
And if it was untreated, he would have turned into a boiler.
That's almost sound like
I thought he would got an infection and died from a wound.
And then he would have possibly
I don't think
became
he
a
would
boiler.
have turned.
Well, if he died, he
That's
would
a good
turn
point.
anyway.
Yeah,
but with that,
was
that's
the
almost like
impression.
fear. What they did with the walkers, put in the radiation thing, and if they blew up, then it radiates the whole compound. What have
Everybody
you.
gets poisoned.
Maybe they are going to use the walkers as weapons. If you touch, burn. I don't know about the exploding walker though.
But you can use walkers as a weapon without doing all that extra shit. They're gonna try to eat somebody regardless.
Thank you. So
Yeah, but if they're
all that
super
extra
strong,
shit?
they're going to break down the door, get into the room, then explode, and possibly poison all the people in the room.
But see, you're dealing with psychopaths though. Now people
I don't think the lady in the jacket they were weaponizing them. I think they trying to figure out how to kill them motherfuckers because it's 12 years into an apocalypse and they tired of this shit.
Yeah, that's where I'm leaning. I'm just saying
that's what I think.
I mean, I'd
it's
like
not,
that to be the
it's
reason.
not beyond the realm of possibility to think they're also trying to weaponize them.
Because like at this point, you don't want it to. It wouldn't even make sense because there's damn near nobody left on Earth already anyway. So it ain't even no point of doing that shit.
No, ain't you educated saying that? Because I thought the same thing. Saying that is the lady that is hunting down Daryl the same one at the end of World Beyond the post credits? No, I thought the same thing too. Did y'all watch the post credits of World Beyond season 2?
The scientist.
No, I've just watched the first episode of World Beyond season 2. Thank you. So I haven't gotten to that point, and it's going to be a slow burn because I have to.
I think you just need to binge it in like 2 days and get it over with. Watch the
I
next.
think it will be more enjoyable that way because it's like there's certain shows that just on a week-to-week basis it just doesn't hit the same. Being able
And then
to
you might
binge
forget
it's a lot
shit.
better.
Because if you're bored, you might forget shit. But
Like
if
I
you
find
watch-
myself enjoying season 8 of The Walking Dead better when I rewatch it.
Blasphemy.
No, I enjoy it better when I like watch it like on Netflix than I did when I had to watch it weekly. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true. Well, I mean,
Because it's all about pacing.
the 7 and 8 were rough, and having it come out once a week when you're stretching the misery of Rick over 8 episodes over 8 weeks. Yeah, I could see it.
And that's kind of how I
The
felt
thing-
about the World Beyond.
No, the thing with me with season 7 and 8 of Walking Dead, the show itself. Okay, the pacing doesn't bother me as much as the pacing bothers other people. The thing that kills me is the fucking misery. Like, bitch, I'm sad. Glenn is dead. We down bad. Daryl is being tortured. It's the continued misery.
We're watching Rick cry like
Literally,
he get
like I'm being
sunned
dragged.
with
Like you're
blessing.
beating my ass
Yeah.
every week.
I kind of like that. I kind of like that though, because we always
I
see
was being abused watching.
yeah, and I agree, because then you feel depressed, but I kind of like it in a way because all the time we see Rick be like this invincible and his crew, like they can do anything, they win like all the time. Most
Now
of
he
the
got a
time.
reminder.
So when
yeah.
they've been touched,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like, oh my gosh, like
Yeah, but
now we struggling right now. So get to see
Girl.
them
Well, you
like
see, the
down
hero's
bad.
journey. The hero's journey classic is basically you bring the hero to their lowest point, and then they work their way back up,
Yeah.
and then they triumph in the end.
But
But when you
that's
bring them to the
fine.
lowest point and you leave them there for so long, it's
Yeah.
like so depressing to see them ground down every single week.
Yes.
That
But when
it's
Sheba
like,
came and bit
No,
that,
wait. But my thing is, it was really beating my ass because I don't give a fuck to this day. I'm still not over Glenn and I'm not letting it go. So
No.
that's what was beating my ass every week. I'm like, bitch, Glenn is dead. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't even grieve Glenn. We was down so bad. So that's what made it extra bad for me.
Yeah.
Love cuddlets.
Mm-hmm.
But if it would have just been cuddlets, it would have not been as bad as Glenn for me personally, because obviously Glenn is the only one in my top 5
well,
that's
next
dead.
time I see
Actually.
Michael Cudlitz, I'll tell him.
Yeah.
You know, if it was just you dying,
100%.
people wouldn't have given nearly as
No.
much of a shit.
I met him before. He's nice. No,
No,
my
I
brother
completely
actually was.
agree.
My brother
If it-
was
if it
more
would
mad
have
about
only been
cuddlets.
Abraham, it wouldn't have been as devastating.
A 2-for-1. Again, we're gonna be on here all day. It was the whole setup. Negan was in that bitch having a dick slinging party. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
Yep.
What? No. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So-
it was down bad.
To get
And
back
then
to
how
the,
did we end the episode with Daryl falling through the building?
what I don't get is he's standing
sorry.
there and the cracks are forming around him, and he didn't even try to like get move.
Jump out
I'm
of the way.
serious. And
I
I
can
said
see
on
him
Twitter,
trying to jump and then breaking and him sliding in. That makes sense.
and I said on Twitter, I said the camera looking at the sky saying, "Oh shit!" Like he like, "Oh, like what do we do?"
I was
now?"
like, jump!
Did
Go,
we just see
get out
what
of
we
the
saw?
way.
Daryl said, bitch, I'm tired. It's better in this damn building than running from these niggas, okay? I don't know. But
I'm
it was
sorry,
funny.
But Daryl got his ass beat. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that
Well,
dude.
he was given as
no
good as
joke.
he got, you know, but
Well,
Daryl's scrappiness gets him through every time. He might not beat your ass, but Daryl gonna get out of there.
yo,
I
yeah.
think
Oh,
Daryl
yeah, I
needed
agree.
that. He needed that scrap.
Yeah.
I said, but damn, Daryl. I said, come on, man. Come on, man. Like,
That dude lived a life similar to this pre-apocalypse. I don't give a fuck what
Mhm.
nobody say. He got the face, the build,
Mm-hmm.
and his acting is great. I hate him. He is so. He don't even have to have no lines. He is so good. Didn't know his name until
he's
this
like
episode.
Batista, you know, shrunk down a little bit.
Yes.
thank you. I was about to
Batista is
say.
fine. That's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, that dude is he
He's
was
like
doing
his
something
cousin or
similar.
something.
He was doing something similar pre-apocalypse, and I don't know. I'm still mad Laurent ran away because you actually know that the world is going to shit. You talk about the numbers all the time about how there's basically nobody left, and you just ran your ass, and you don't know what the fuck. You're not even at the convent. You don't know where the hell you at, sir. So I don't know. Hopefully he had in the corner somewhere because he pissed me off because everybody running out around because the place is being ransacked and Isabel is just
And
looking for her
Laurent
nephew.
is missing.
Yeah.
I don't like
But
that.
Ms. Kayla had a point in the chat. Daryl put him in a chokehold, which, you know, clearly
The
illegal.
chokehold.
That
is
was the best. I
illegal.
was in my wrestling glory.
I
I'm
was
like, oh
cheering him
god.
on, screaming, literally cheering him on, screaming. And then when they
Me
started,
too.
shooting, I was like, I knew they was gonna get him out of it. I knew it. I was so mad. He was like, he had probably one inhale worth of breath left before he died.
Mm-hmm.
As Daryl was putting his torso in that bitch. Okay.
Right. Of course, somebody had to come fuck it up.
I was like, they ain't gonna get us off that easy. But yeah, that was a good moment. Him and that dude was scrapping for real.
Yes.
Well,
Brian, any thoughts on the fight?
I'm gonna be so honest. I spaced out during the fight. It just, I was when I was watching it, like, all of a sudden, I guess I kind of woke up or whatever it was, and I saw him in like a headlock. I'm like, oh wow, that fight lasted pretty quickly. Like, I
Did you
didn't.
eat dinner? Are you okay?
I'm out of it right now.
That's how I feel when I watched last episode.
I was so out of it,
like,
dude.
I was in and out saying, "Oh, that was a good episode."
Oh, they're fighting.
I mean,
Nah, yeah,
I
like,
thought it
'cause
was
it's
good.
like-
I don't think this one was as good as the previous two, but it still wasn't bad. It's still better.
Oh, it was
than-
just funny to me.
Nah, because
then
I'll
a
get
lot
in my
of
head.
the,
Like, I'll start thinking of theories, and then I realize I've been like kind of like spacing out for like 5 minutes, and
Thinking
then
about
it's like a
some
whole
whole other
shit ton
shit.
of dialogue, and I'm like, man, what am I doing? And then I don't rewind it because I have the timer reaction, so I can't rewind it. So I'm like, shit. But
I always like episodes that's like this. I know most people like the action-packed episodes that like keep you on your toes the whole episode. I like a story that's developing the story and y'all not beating my ass. I feel like I'm like calm and actually watching and enjoying TV.
Yeah,
And y'all
yeah.
not beating my ass for an hour straight.
Kind of like you need a break.
Yeah,
You know,
but
'cause
I still
having
think
that-
it's much that there's a friggin' nightclub. I mean, how do they charge for booze?
It's
you know?
free.
Oh wait, we didn't even talk about the singer. The singer was so nice to Laurent, and then
Which
she
one?
was
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah.
all
Oh
over
yeah.
Quinn.
Yeah.
She was
yeah.
all over Quinn, and she
yeah, we only
and he
talked about
wasn't
it for like 2
having it.
seconds. Yeah.
She
I wanna
must
see
be
her again,
his
I'll tell you
new
that.
thing. She must be his new like.
He is so fun.
And it's-
He
I
was
gotta-
like, "Don't." He was like, "Get off me, my ex is here." Laurent was so sweet. He was like, "You sing very nice," and she looked like she ain't seen a child in a long time.
He's like, do your
"Hey."
parents know you're here? Like type
Right.
shit. And then
Right.
she had
He
to
was like,
she had
"My
to double
mom's
check.
here. Look at the picture
Nah,
of my mom."
she was low key trying to get the tea, bro. She was like, yo, those
that your
people over there,
parents?
those are your parents, right? She wanted to make sure she didn't have anything to be threatened by. So she was
Right.
over here trying to double check Isabel wasn't trying to go after her mans.
I think
shit was
she
funny.
is his new pit pocket, like his new project thing.
No, that's his
If
piece, yeah,
that's-
for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Go up the stage and sing and bring me money. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Don't
And
touch
again,
me,
what are they-
Isabel's
what are
Pretty
they
woman.
using as currency? They're not using
We
the
didn't
euro.
see any. Everybody was just kicking it. It looked like everybody was just kicking it. It wasn't that many people. What, a dozen?
No,
No,
it
it looked
wasn't,
like
it
a
wasn't
lot
that
of
Well,
many.
there was a good couple dozen in that nightclub and dancing around.
Yeah, but it wasn't a lot though.
And if
Like,
he's running
19.
the place, they have to be giving him something to run the place. It's like you come in, you got to
A little
be
something,
providing something of value for him to serve you drinks and let you stay there in this hallowed ground. This.
The singer was definitely providing something.
Titties. I mean, had her whole showgirl outfit on. It was nice
I
to see
mean,
people being normal.
man's gotta
and then they
eat.
had to come in there and fuck shit up.
It was so funny to see Daryl. Like, he just seemed out of his element. It was so funny.
Yes,
He was
it was-
like, he was
He's
like
like,
looking around like a little
before
kid,
the
bro.
apocalypse, these weren't places I went to, and now I'm
Laurent
No,
was literally
at all.
more comfortable than Daryl. Laurent was like, "You sing good." Laurent literally was more comfortable than Daryl.
But I think Laurent is he's at the point where he is just
experiencing new
happy to
things.
see anybody. Like, you know
He
what I'm
just
saying?
be
Like,
vibing.
he's just vibing at this point. Like,
Yeah.
he
He's
sees
like, I've
another
been
human.
stuck in
He's
a-
like, hey, yo.
I was in a nunnery for how long, and now I get to,
And
Oh,
every
wow.
time he outside, like
He's
he
just happy to be
knows-
there, bro.
He knows all of the history of France, so everywhere they go, oh, I know this. I read about this. He happy to see everything in real life now.
that he.
Yo, you
really-
saw the people at that place treating him like Jesus Christ in the flesh? Like, the way they were staring at
He
him. and
walked
shit,
in, they
bro.
was giving him offerings and shit.
Yeah. I was like, oh, these kids are treating him a little better than the other kids did for sure.
Them
But
other
then
kids
everyone
was like, boy,
looking
you
at him,
regular.
yeah. They did not care. This shit was
And
hilarious.
them the kids he wanted to stay with, the kids that treated him regular. I'm not going. I'm staying here with my friends.
Yeah.
That kid has been, yo, I swear, like, it's in his contract to have a temper tantrum per episode.
Yep.
Mhm.
I
Like,
hit
the
you
way he
both.
ran
I
off
hit
at
you
the end of the
both.
episode, bro. Yeah,
And
I
he's
hate
at the
you
tantrum
both.
age.
Like, the fuck did Daryl
Oh
do, dude?
yeah.
Like, what are you getting mad at him for? He's the one who was telling her that he should tell you.
I mean, this is his first time out of the convent, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was literally born there, so he
Yeah.
literally knows nothing else. But
I mean, I picture damn fit too. Shoot.
he's literally at the tantrum age. He's a preteen, so yes,
Yeah.
it's about to get real ignorant, y'all. We shall see.
Yes, really.
All right. Well, we're about a half an hour over, which is not
Boo.
surprising.
All right.
So let's go around
thoughts.
final thoughts and say goodbye. So, Bebe, you start us off.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. This was an all right episode. It was funny to me and it was fun. But why I can't wait for the next episode. I cannot. That's all I gotta say. So that's all.
All right. TWD Mambe. Final thoughts? Shameless
My final
self-promotion.
thoughts. I have been loving this series through and through. I think it was a great episode. I feel like we got some more questions answered. I felt like we saw more of the variants. That was very exciting. The makeup, the animatronics, the band, all of that stuff was amazing. I loved seeing it. I can't wait to see what they have in store for us in the coming episodes. Does anybody know how many episodes are supposed to be in this
Is it
season?
supposed to be 6?
6?
Just
Yep.
6, yeah.
We're
Okay,
halfway
okay.
there. Oh,
I'm really
living
hoping
on a prayer.
Yeah. I'm really hoping that we get some background on Sylvie. I really like Sylvie. I want to know
Yeah.
about her.
I love Sylvie.
I expected
Yes.
this episode to get a little bit on her because I thought it was gonna be a thing like Tommaso or whatever, that like we were gonna get these characters and they were just gonna get killed off. So I assumed we were gonna get background within the next episode or two, but
Yeah,
we still
I
have
hope
like
so.
3 episodes, I'm sure. But I don't expect her to make it to the end.
And we
First of
definitely
all,
have-
stop.
Don't say
What?
that.
It's just how it is. You think, bro? They are not friendly here. Like the Walking Dead writers, you think they care? They don't care.
Can we have hope at least?
No, we can't. It's The Walking Dead. This show ain't built
Hope
off
is
of
not
hope.
point.
No, because I'm
is
sorry.
not
I know
lost.
Michelle got to say something, but
Dog, we
because
saw
it
the
takes
little
me
girl
off-
and we all had the same thought. We knew she wasn't gonna make it out of there. So I don't know why you're talking to me like I'm being very like cynical.
No,
I
no,
wanna put it out there.
Because with the Walking Dead universe, what they tend to do is kind of like when you introduce characters and you kill them off so easy. I know it ain't fair, and I know it ain't fair and all and stuff like that. I just want a character just survive it, just survive just a little longer without
Yeah, we
being
got
killed
Laurent.
so quick. Because we don't know
we got
anything about
Gaston
Sylvie
there,
yet.
you know.
I think Isabel will make it. I feel like it'd be cool to see her in season 2 and have her meet.
If Isabel
Like,
died,
oh,
that'd be
yeah.
so damn dumb.
Mm.
Especially because we
Oh.
haven't seen Sylvie and Daryl interact like at all. It would be pretty
Except for
pointless.
Except for
taking
when
a-
she gave him his food at the convent and she was
Yeah.
scared, like, oh my
And
God,
he
there's
took
a
her
man here.
rifle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's really been no interaction between them. So that needs to change considering that there's only 4 of them on the road.
Yeah, because
Like,
And
Yeah.
Laurent
killed
listened to
off.
Sylvie more than anybody.
Yeah,
So-
she could be killed off the next episode. We don't know.
I
I'm
I want to see like either in episode 4 or 5, like she gives him another plate of food and gives him like a
Mhm.
tap on the shoulder to show that she's not afraid anymore, just to like be like, oh, here you go, dude. Like they're not afraid.
Here,
so it'd
eat,
be
you
cool.
little prick. You know.
Yeah, eat you little prick.
Yeah. We need to find Laurent, and then I really hope that Daryl like landed
his
on a
ass.
bed or something, and he's not hurt.
That
I
shit
hope
was
it's
so
not her.
cartoonish. Like the way
Yeah.
he like had a whole Tom and Jerry moment where he looked down and it looked like he looked into the camera. He was like, "Oh shit," and then fell.
No,
Like,
you
bro,
know
this
when
is
it
fucking
happened,
Tom
when
and
I
Jerry,
thought,
dude.
when it happened, I was like, not him falling through the roof like Rick and Michonne when they was on their run.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Literally,
yeah.
I said that.
My whole thought is, bro, like
Yeah.
you see the floor cracking, like move, just back up, take a step back, and he's just
He
like
probably would
let's
have
assessing
just
the
filled
try.
it
entire
anyway, but he
situation,
didn't
bro.
even try.
Even the
Like,
camera.
bro, it's the fact that he's been in these situations. It seems like for so long, you think you'd have better reaction time.
He
Consider
just got
the
beat
camera
up
moves.
2 seconds ago.
Well, he
Yeah,
was
you
like,
would think he'd be on
jumping
alert.
never works. I'm just gonna just do this.
Yeah,
He was just accepting his fate. Is that
He's
that's all
like,
that
ah,
was?
shit. Here we go.
Even the
again.
camera knew when look up in the sky, kind of like, oh damn. Like,
That's when I knew
Yeah.
the episode was gonna end. I was like, this nigga done fell through the roof like Rick and
Bro,
Michonne.
I thought it was gonna end because like I have such a bad perception of time when I'm watching these episodes because like Disney Plus shows too, like they be going by so damn fast for no reason.
yeah.
And as soon as they showed what's his name, the douchebag with the blonde hair, Laurent's dad, when he came in.
Quinn.
Quinn.
Yeah, Quinn, my fault. So when he came in and they revealed that, I honestly thought that was it because the screen went black as if it was going.
You
to
are
see
so funny.
And I thought that shit was it. I was like, nah, stop that. And then it ended up picking up again. I was like, thank God, bro, because I can't do that. I don't got patience for that.
All right, Michonne, final thoughts and shameless self-promotion.
It was good to not get my ass beat for an hour straight. I like the pacing of this episode. Very sad about the little girl. Even though in the first episode, when she walked away from that little girl, I knew that little girl was going to be dead, but I didn't know they was going to show it. I had no clue she was going to even go back home. So, I like that. Hoping everybody survives. I want all 4 of the main characters to survive. That would be nice. I always have a shit list. Currently, Kodron is number 1, which I didn't know that was his name. He's number 1 on my shit list right now. But I don't think he's gonna die in the next episode. He might even outlive the show. Yeah, he might even outlive the show. We shall see. But
what if they become alliances?
I don't know. We'll see.
I just want him to know the truth. Like, come on, just tell him already. You weren't the one that fucking killed his brother.
Because you gotta
with
deal with
Meredith.
that
Yeah,
girl.
but honestly,
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to her. We're gonna see her again.
Every
Maybe.
episode, I'm like, are we gonna see Maribel? And they don't show
Right.
it. Like he left her where she was because you see he been traveling by himself. It seems like so.
Your reward is our
No,
mercy.
I don't think
It's
he's
like the
gonna
last
find
time we
out though,
saw.
because Daryl's not the one to kind of like use leverage like that to get out of his situation.
Daryl don't
Like, oh,
even
I didn't kill him.
know.
He'll flat out,
Honestly-
like they're going after him, so he's gonna flat out go back after him, like give him the same energy. He's not gonna be like, I don't know why you're trying to kill me. I didn't kill your brother. Like he's just
No,
gonna
this
flat
the
out be
thing.
like, you're coming after
But
me.
he
I'm gonna kill you
would've-
back.
Daryl totally would have
Daryl-
killed his brother. He was.
Oh, for
No,
sure.
but that's the
Yeah.
thing.
But he's not gonna
Daryl-
tell him that.
Daryl never met that man face to face. Daryl knows that it has something to do with Maribel, but he don't know it's because that bitch lied on him. He literally don't even know what this man want. He know it has something to do with that situation, but he don't know that he's literally being hunted because he got lied on because that dude didn't know he existed.
I
Yeah.
think
And
He's
she
never seen
needs to return his belongings.
he would tell him if it deals with his brother, like again with Isabel losing her sister and Daryl losing Meryl, and you talking about with the brother. I think eventually he's gonna say, no, I did not kill your brother.
You
Okay.
think there'll
If
be
he
a moment
would've
where they're
said
like,
it-
you think
I
there'll be a
tried.
moment where they're both kind of like trapped down there together?
I
Like, you
don't
know where he
know.
fell? And so they both
Maybe.
are trapped there. They're stuck in a room and there's walkers that like are like outside, so they're stuck just having to talk. 'Cause I didn't
I
kill
think
your
they gonna
goddamn
And the
talk
brother.
and
dude-
work together. I'm
And the
gonna
dude
talk.
ain't doing no talking. He pull up on Daryl. It's on site. Like
It's on site, yeah. for sure.
literally on site. It ain't no talking, no
I fucked with the
nothing.
dialogue. I'm not gonna lie. When he was talking to the lady and he was like,
Yes.
she's like, why should I take your word for it? He's like, I promised my parents that I'd take care of my little brother. Daryl
Yeah, and you
Dixon
sent
made
him
me
out
a
on
liar.
the run, you fucking
He's like,
dummy.
Daryl Dixon made me a liar.
Right.
And I was like, that shit goes crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
but-
that, I don't know what it was.
His
but I love that.
acting is so good.
I mean,
What?
I just say his motivations are a little sus because if you want to keep your brother safe, do you send him out leading raiding parties to like accost people and rob them? And
People who do things like that, logic
Was that the
never makes
intention
sense.
though? I'm
That's
pretty sure they were just
everybody's
out
logic.
and about and they just happened to stumble
No,
upon that.
they was
camp.
doing that on purpose
Yeah.
because literally the second that truck pulled up, they were like, Maribel instantly got stressed like, huh, these niggas then came back again.
Yeah.
So no, that's what they do. I could tell. Soon as they pulled up, you couldn't even see them. She was like, oh my God.
And she was already orchestrating how she was going to use Daryl to her advantage.
Exactly. So
well,
no.
she doesn't know Daryl. She hasn't been watching him for 11 seasons on
Exactly.
The Walking Dead. She doesn't
But what
know
I'm
this
saying
guy.
is them people
It's everyone
live
for
that life.
themselves. I'd fucking lie if I needed to. I'd be like, yeah, that friggin' American.
And that's true too, but you know what? But
Everyone's
You won't
just
kill
mad
me
at
for
her
something I
because
didn't
she's
do?
saying it's Daryl. If she had blamed some other person that
No,
we didn't
it
know,
wasn't even that. He was so nice to her within the first 10 seconds he knew her. He gave her a med kit. He didn't shoot her. He didn't do anything like that. He
Yeah, but at
was
the same
so-
how
No,
our
on-
standards have
Yeah.
decreased.
yeah, on the
He
flip
was
side,
so
though, you
nice.
could
He
be
didn't
nice.
shoot her. Come on.
You can be nice to people, and they could turn their back.
Yeah,
they,
how many
they can stab
people
you
have
in the
been
back
nice
real quick
and then
and throw you under the bus.
use that to their advantage?
Obviously.
No,
She-
but this was my thing with that. Anybody in Walking Dead history, that's always everyone's logic. They don't give a fuck if they out raping and murdering people. If you kill one of them because they was bothering you, they're still mad about it. It literally does not matter. They don't fucking
How dare you interfere with our God-given right to pillage and kill and
they
and
literally don't
people.
give a fuck. Who has ever not been mad about one of their bad people being killed? Like, they don't give a fuck if they bust in your door, kicked it down, and start stealing and killing. They still gonna be mad at you. How dare you kill us? Like, I'm confused.
Yeah.
So no, that's always their logic.
All
so
right,
it
Busy.
continues.
Final thoughts and shameless.
I think it was another good episode. It wasn't as crazy as the first two, but I still think it was up there at the same level due to I feel like they pushed the story like a lot further with this episode, and I don't know, I just like the world building because we were at multiple spots. We didn't go to a camp and we weren't stuck there, or we didn't have to raid another spot. We got to go to different camps, see 2 different groups, and it was just pretty cool to I guess build the world already more than we've done in the last 12 years. So it's just been really fun. It's been fun. It's been fun.
And I'm definitely. It was better than any episode of Fear in the last season.
And we're beyond.
And we're
Fear
beyond.
slander.
But I have
And
to
tails.
say, seeing that orchestra in the beginning, I was like, oh my god, goddamn French. It was good, but it was a screwed up episode. And again, I don't understand the nightclub, how it works. I mean, it's like, yeah, have a nightclub, but what do you get paid with? What do people bring in? Here's a can of food, so give me some booze. It just seemed very.
I literally
French.
think that's probably what they do.
Very French, very. Definitely, the French are dealing with the apocalypse in their very own way. So.
And if you think about it, the nightclub was like just a little. We wasn't even supposed to go there in the first place. Sylvie, I'm talking about Sylvie. Well, Sylvie is with us, but Isabel, we've been going to every checklist for our friends that we know that live in different places, and they took us to the nightclub because they figured that them people might have a radio because Daryl need a radio. So that's the only reason we was there is for Daryl, and that's why when him and Isabel was having that moment, he was like, "Girl, you ain't the only one with a history. I don't give no fuck about him." So like, yeah. So yeah, them people, they got a lot going on down there, but they living peacefully though. So
mostly until but they have to deal with the big dog, whoever that organization is, which hopefully we'll find out more about in the coming weeks.
And I feel like Daryl did not want anything to happen to Isabel for Laurent's sake. That's why he stepped in the middle of Quinn and Isabel when things were getting heated, and she was like, "I could have done it myself." No, like. Just diffuse it right away before Laurent. You don't need to get caught up in that bullshit anymore.
Yeah. She was in shock when he was like, "That's my son." She was like,
Yeah. I feel like Daryl's like
so I was in the hospital and you were banging my sister. Great.
Yeah. I
feel
swear
like
that's like the only
Your
time
accent says you're not French, but you're acting so French.
with this series, I just feel like Daryl is like Denzel Washington in Magnificent Seven. Hey, I'm going to take care of things and friends, and I'm going to take my ass back to America. So, I help you, Isabel and Laurent. So, like,
Daryl not finna let nobody press no woman like that anyway.
No.
Not in front of him. He like, all right now, like not too much on it. Like Daryl was not finna let him do her like that. But yeah, as soon as he started talking shit, Daryl was like, Daryl don't even speak French, but he know how to read a room. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got a lot of people in the chat saying goodnight, and we're going to say goodnight. So we will be back next week. I don't know who's going to be here. Hopefully these fine folks and more. We'll have to see where that goes. And thanks for tuning in. And keep watching. Governor and this fantabulous crew, we are out. All right, everyone look awkward.
Highly sedated, intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. such a vicious dream. Don't you know